All right, race fans, welcome to TurnLeftTV. You ready for some high-speed action tonight? Step on the gas. All right, race fans, welcome to Spa. This is TurnLeftTV, and I'm your host, Heath Johnson. The High Octane Racing League GT3 Series back in action for race number 1 of that first season of 2021. It's Spa, baby. 50-minute race, and we've got a big field. A lot of manufacturer changes for drivers this season, and we got a new manufacturer involved, and that is Ferrari. Who's going to come out on top? There's only one way to find out, and that is tune in right here on TurnLeftTV. Well, some classic GT3 Series season action in store for you. Kicking it off right at Spa. 50-minute race headed your way right here on TurnLeftTV. All right, hey, thank you so much for joining us here on TurnLeftTV. Man, I'm excited about this one. We got a great mix of cars. A lot of drivers out here for race number 1. Right now in the qualification session. There's 5 minutes left to go. And this is the High Octane Racing League GT3 Series. Spa is a great track located in Belgium. Race number 1 of 8. And we've got a great mix of tracks here. We'll show you the schedule in just a bit. So thank you so much for joining us. I'm your host, Heath Johnson, the broadcaster, the commentator, and all things High Octane Racing League and TurnLeftTV. Take a look at the track here at Spa, located in Stavelot, Belgium. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. 7-kilometer road course. One of the most famed road courses in all of motorsports. 19 turns. I love this track, man. This is a great one. And I think you really got those guys, man. You know, like I said, if you know anything about motorsports, you know about Spa. So it is a great track, not only for just road coursing in general, but also GT3 cars. These guys are just, this track is just perfect for these cars. So excited about this one tonight. Take a look at the schedule here at the GT3 Series, and what's an interesting schedule we have here. Spa, of course, kicking it off tonight. Portland coming up next week. Canadian Tire Motorsports Park on February the 27th. Curitiba, a little Brazilian track action there on March the 6th. Dubai coming up on March the 13th. Donington Park on the 20th. Red Bull Ring headed your way on March the 27th. And Laguna Seca finishing it out, the Corkscrew, on April the 3rd. Couple minutes left here in the qualification session. want to thank you for coming in and joining me here on the YouTube channel. Peace to everybody out there. Hope everybody is behaving. Hey, what's going on? My dog's messed up my, there we go. Green screen. There we go. We got it fixed. I'll blame it on the dog. Hey, again, thank you for coming in to TurnLeftTV. Got a good race for you tonight. Another good one, man. We had a great stock car race last night, and we're headed at you with a GT3 Series race tonight. A lot of good mix of racing here going on at High Octane Racing League. And, of course, being broadcast live right here on TurnLeftTV. Got my boys in here. Looks like Richard Brooks is joining us. Claudio Bardelli Jr. Cesar Silva joining us in here as well. So this is going to be a great series, and we got a great mix of tracks. Unique GT3 Series season, I believe. So exciting stuff headed your way here on TurnLeftTV. Peace to everybody out there. Please hit the thumbs up button. Let me know you were here. Share my videos with all of your friends. And let them know what's going on here at TurnLeftTV. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, I encourage you to do so. Just give it a little love tap right there. Just one tap, because if you tap it twice, you unsubscribe. If you'd like to make a donation to TurnLeftTV, you can click on that link up in the banner of the channel. And again, thanks for coming in. Let's get this started, man. This is going to be a great season, and I'm excited about it. So thanks for joining us. Take a look at this tower here of where everybody's at. Roman Rabatsev is the top time. 213.094. That is lightning fast. My God, that is crazy. Denis Lysenko is second. Dennis Van de Ven shown third. Artur Vieira is fourth. Nikolai Bezrikov, last season's champion, sitting in the fifth position right now. He switched over from Audi. So congratulations to Nikolai Bezrikov in that 2020-2021 winter season champion. And coming back to defend his championship, but he has switched manufacturers. So big news here on the Audi front. They gain a huge talent in Nikolai Bezrikov. So he said he wanted the challenge of switching over to the Audi and see if he can't make this competitive. And right now it looks like he is. He's fifth place so far here on the grid. Tonight's race is brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. If you're interested in an rFactor 2 server, 3 self-managed packages to choose from. EliteHostingUSA.com is who provides our servers, and they do a great job, man. We have solid fields, great size fields, people from all around the world joining here to race, and very solid connections. So cannot complain at all about the servers and the service at EliteHostingUSA.com. All right, that does looks like that finishes up the qualification session. Take a look at those results. Roman Rabatsev, the 213.094, qualifies in first. Denis Lysenko qualifies second. Nikolai Bezrikov qualifies in the third position. Dennis Van de Ven qualifies in the fourth position. Artur Vieira qualifies fifth in that BMW. Claudio Bardelli, also in a BMW, qualifies in the sixth position. Lucas Sinfner in the Ferrari qualifies in the seventh position. Richie Tappel in the Corvette is eighth. Colin Matiak ninth. Paul Brown qualifies in the 10th position. Artem Shuliev in the BMW qualifies in 11th. Georgi Aratunian in that Bentley is 12th. Will Dunbar in the 13th position at the Ferrari. Alexander Meshkov, BMW, qualifies in the 14th position. Stephen Miller qualifies in 15th. Sergei Butsev and David Moniker both in the Mercedes-AMGs, 16th and 17th. At Palumbo, 18th. John Stanley, Ted Mosier in the Corvettes, 19th and 20th. 21st position is Lawrence Stopworth in that Ferrari. Coming up on Friday, February the 19th will be in race number 5 of the winter season there. Chicagoland Speedway in the Bushwhacker Series, 98 laps. We had a great one at Lucas Oil Raceway last night, and excited about Chicagoland, mile-and-a-half track headed your way. It'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV, 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Friday, February the 19th. Check out the side-by-side view. Looks like that's working okay. Always got to check things, make sure things are working correctly. And again, thank you for coming in. I'm right here. Please click on the link down in the description of this race and follow that over to the Fanatec website, and give those guys your consideration if you're interested in buying a wheel, pedals, shifter. I have the DD1 wheelbase, GT2 wheel rim, BMW GT2 wheel rim. Love that. I love the DD1 wheelbase. I got the V3 inverted pedals. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And then I got that shifter. So really all in, man. I bought the pedals first and loved them so much that I saved up the money and bought the DD1 wheelbase with a BMW GT2 wheel rim. Wanted a little bit of a mix there between something that could be raced GT2s or GT3 cars and also stock cars. Got a good selection of buttons, and thing really works like a dream. So love that. Really has boosted my racing as well. And again, thanks for coming in. Appreciate you joining us here on TurnLeftTV. It's like the side-by-side is working. Let's take a look at the schedule here in the GT3 Series. Spa, of course, tonight. Portland next week. Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. That's Mosport on February the 27th. That may be a night race. Hint, hint. Curitiba is on March the 6th. Dubai Autodrome coming up on the 13th of March. Donington Park, classic road course there located in the United Kingdom. On March the 20th, Red Bull Ring on March the 27th, and finishing out the season on April the 3rd. My dad's birthday on at Laguna Seca. So it looks like we got about 5 minutes left to go here in the warm-up session. All right, about 2 minutes left to go here in the practice session. The warm-up session, I should say. Sorry about that. So one thing to remember about the GT3 series here is that you do have to make a mandatory pit stop, and you have to change 4 tires, and you have to use a different compound. So if you start out on medium tires, you got to change to either soft or hard compound, but you know, all sort of combinations there. But nonetheless, the 4 tires have to match, and you have to change to a different compound when you change tires. I think the this track is not really technical. I mean, there's some couple technical places in this track, but to really, I mean, just race the track and let the race come to you. That's pretty much the story, I think. At least my mantra here, as in the GT3 series. So Spa tonight, kicking off the season. First season of 2021. First of probably 4 or 5 seasons that we'll have. 8 race season. And starting it off with a classic track at Spa. All right, boys and girls, here we go. Going to get this started here, so. All right, taking a look at the starting order. Roman Rabatsev starts in P1. Denis Lysenko outside pole in second. Nikolai Bezrikov starts in the 3rd position. Dennis Van de Ven 4th. Artur Vieira is 5th. Claudio Bardelli Jr. 6th. Lucas Sinfner starts in the 7th position. Richie Tappel starts in 8th. In the 9th position is Colin Matiak. Starting in 10th is Paul Brown. Georgi Aratunian starts in the 11th position. Will Dunbar is 12th. Starting in the 13th position is Alexander Meshkov. Stephen Miller will start 14th. Sergei Butsev in the Mercedes starts in the 15th position. David Moniker is 16th. In 17th is Ed Palumbo in the Ferrari. John Stanley in the Corvette starts in the 18th position. Ted Mosier is 19th, and Lawrence Stopworth starts in the 20th position. All right, here we go. We got a lap here. So Roman Rabatsev in the BMW starts in a P1. Lasinko in that Ferrari starts in second. Nikolai Bezhikov starts in the third position. Dennis Van de Ven will be fourth. Art de Villard fifth. Claudio Bardelli sixth. So again, thank you so much for coming in, and this is going to be a great one. We got a Richie Tapple fan in here. So Skinnington is rooting on Richie Tapple. He's starting in the 8th position in the Corvette. So I think the most challenging corner for me is the last, well, I should say the last two corners, the hard right-hander and back to the left, come down the front stretch. Those two corners right there just seem to get me, and we'll kind of take a look at those here in a second. Once they reach those, and it's going to be interesting. It's a double file start here, and rolling start, of course. A lot of room to race here, but 7 kilometers of track here is a lot to deal with. Got some tight corners. You got some chicane. You got some high speed turns, and you got some little downhill and back up to the right and the left. Probably one of the most famous transitions through in all of motorsports. All right, there's those turns I was talking about. So here we go, getting ready to get her done. Down the straightaway. Go, go, go. And we're off. Green, green, green. It'll be a fight for turn 1 here. Looks like a pretty clean start. On board here with Roman Rabatsev in P1. Nikolai Bezhikov in the 2nd position. It's like we've already got some action here. Take a look and see what happened here. Oh, the Ferrari there, Dennis Lasinko. Oh, backs it into the wall. Like Art de Villard might have got caught up in that as well. We'll take a look here. Art de Villard in the BMW. He's going to check up, I think. Oh, he goes sideways too. He's lifted up off the ground, and he backs it into the wall. So a couple drivers there having some trouble right off the bat. Dennis Lasinko and Art de Villard both in the same spot, really. Lasinko just loses control of this and then backs this thing straight into the wall. Like the 21, Lucas Sinfner might have got caught up in that as well. Yeah, he gets caught up in that too, that Flex Seal sponsored machine. We'll go back up here with our race leader, Roman Rabatsev. Nikolai Bezhikov shown in the 2nd position. Colin Matiak is 3rd. Will Dunbar here in the Corvette, or excuse me, in the Ferrari, getting through that mess. And we'll take a look out of the front of his car. He's going to see carnage out of the front of his machine. Look at this, just white smoke. And, he does a great job of getting through, so we had 3 cars there involved. John Stanley making his way through this too. As you see the Mercedes coming around as well. David Moniker made a little bit of mistake, it looked like. Take a look at Paul Brown here in the Ferrari running in the 7th position. Oh, Paul Brown coming around right there. Oh, straight into the wall. Paul Brown comes around here. Just as we were focused on him, Nikolai Bezrikov here in this Audi. Running in the 2nd position. Remember, he switched over from the BMW. Colin Matiak running in the 3rd position in that 13 car. He's having a pretty good race here. We'll take a look at Dennis Vandeven, the Corvette, running in P4. Claudio Bardelli Jr. running in the 5th position. Take a look at him in that BMW, and he has got some company out of Richie Tapple, looking out of the back of Claudio Bardelli Jr.'s machine at Richie Tapple. Good nose-to-tail action right there, running in 5th and 6th. So Bardelli Jr. here in the BMW having a whole heck of a lot of Richie Tapple right now, breathing down his neck. So you got to make sure you hit your marks coming to the right and then back to the left. A little tough little sequence right here. Tighten it up. Oh, he's off the track there just a little bit, so that tightens it up even more. And Richie Tapple running in the 6th position, looking out of the front of his machine in that Corvette. He's looking to try to make a pass on this BMW, trying to set him up. And oh, little contact right there, just to let him know he was there. Giorgio Artuni now running in the 7th position in our lone Bentley. He does a great job in this Bentley. Oh, we got a car off the track there. Richie Tapple getting through that. Somebody had come off track. Not it might have been Richie Tapple, actually. Looks like he might be back at it here. We'll take a look. This is Richie running behind Claudio Bardelli, and he just gets over that hill. Oh, right there. And backs it into the wall. We've seen a ton of guys having trouble there. And I tell you what, I mean, that is the signature sequence at Spa, and you got to be able to master that. You get Lucas trying to bounce back here in the 21 car. Stephen Miller, Ed Palumbo may be getting together. Take a look at this. Stephen Miller and Ed Palumbo here having a battle. Stephen Miller getting into that Mellow Yellow sponsor machine. Little contact right there. More contact. More contact. Man, these guys getting after it right now. Oh, Stephen Miller coming off track right there. So what in the heck was going on there? We'll take a look. As those guys get into each other in the turn and then get into each other in the turn again. And Stephen Miller coming around. Take a look at this out of Sergei Butsev, his machine. Look at those guys getting after it right there. And Stephen Miller comes out on the worst end of that deal as he gets around. David Moniker and Lauren Stopworth. David Moniker in the Mercedes. Lauren Stopworth swinging that Ferrari just a little bit wide. And when Mercedes of David Moniker gets through, he is now putting a little pressure on another one of those Corvettes. Look at that out of the front of his machine. David Moniker here. We'll take this live action. David Moniker looking to try to get around Ted Mosier in that Corvette. And Moniker picks up that pass. Picks up that position there in the Mercedes-AMG. Moniker now up to the 14th position. Ted Mosier is 15th. Back up here with our race leader, Roman Rabatsev. Is in P1. Big lead for him. 6.7 second lead for Roman Rabatsev in the BMW. We'll take a look at our side-by-side action here as David Moniker in the 14th position had gotten around Ted Mosier. Ted Mosier back to 15th. We're looking at our race leader, Roman Rabatsev. 41 minutes left to go. A lot of racing, man. We've had a heck of a lot of action here in the first 10 minutes of this race. Look at this, Sergei Butsev. Oh, Sergei Butsev having a battle with Lucas Sinfiner, and he gets by, so we'll take a look at this pass again. It's Sergei Butsev in the Mercedes having a battle with that Ferrari of Lucas Sinfiner in the 21 car, and Sergei gets that position, now takes over the 11th spot. So those guys actually kind of battle back and forth, and Sergei comes out on top here. Now setting his sights on that 10th place car, Ed Palumbo in the Ferrari. So this AMG trying to run down that Ferrari of Ed Palumbo just ahead. Will Dunbar also up there. He's running in the 9th position. A couple Ferraris here, and a good run for this Mercedes. Is he going to try to pull off this pass? Lucas Sinfiner trying to bounce back as well. A good tight battle here. We got about a four-way battle. I want to count Will Dunbar in on this. He's running in the 88 car. That High Octane Racing League Salesforce-sponsored machine. Run a little bit wide there coming off. Looking at the back of his machine at Ed Palumbo running in the 10th position. Take a look at Colin Matiak in the Ferrari, jumping from the Corvette into the Ferrari this year, or this season, I should say. Preston Hassel joining us in the chat session. Paul Holt joining us in the chat session. Talk about a GT3 racer right there. That Paul Holt, God, that guy can drive just about anything, man. So right now, Colin Matiak here in the Ferrari, one of our young guns, 16-year-old driver from Ohio, running in this Ferrari. Right now is in 3rd, and he is looking at Nikolai Bezhikov in the Audi. So we've got a battle here for P2. Bezhikov in the Audi just ahead. Now things are tightening up here as Colin Matiak here is starting to put a little pressure on that Audi. Okay, to take a look at our side-by-side here, looking on that right side as we're looking out of the front of P3 and following our 2nd place car, Nikolai Bezhikov. So good battle here between the two of these guys. There's a little cat-mouse game here. You got to kind of watch your mirror a little bit. Oh, Colin Matiak, you're going to swing this wide to see if he can't undercut this Audi, and he does get through that series of that little S area just a little bit better. Not able to pull off that pass, but I'll tell you what, Nikolai Bezhikov definitely knows this Ferrari is there. Look at this battle. Benchikoff, one of the best in the business. Points champion last season. Coming back to defend. Lucas Simpner is trying to get around. This is a mess right here. This is a wad of cars as Lucas Simpner gains a spot, gets around the 88 of Will Dunbar. Will Dunbar now back to the 11th position as Simpner trying to move forward here. And Palumbo may have had some trouble as we were going to take a look at him. He might have come off track. He does. He misses this turn. Comes off track here, and he's going to end up, I think, losing some positions. He's back to the 12th spot now. Colin Maniak here now putting some pressure on Benchikoff here in the final turns. Oh, those guys both simultaneously get sideways right there. Oh, contact from the Ferrari on Benchikoff. These guys side by side. Preferred position, I think, right now is Benchikoff as they enter this turn. He's on that bottom side here in the Audi. Take a look here as oh no! Oh! Colin Maniak, hard contact with the wall. Oh my heavens, man. Hard contact with the wall there, so a lot of speed. We'll take a look here as he get a little bit of a leap over the hill, and look at this. He is sideways, and this is not good. This is going to end up bad for him, and he is hard into the wall. That is that'll rattle your cage, that's for sure. Claudio Bardelli Jr. here in the BMW, now in the 4th position. So he's looking to have a pretty good night here, maybe get a top 5 out of this BMW team. Georgi Aratunian in our Bentley running in the 5th position. Take a look at Alexander Mashkoff and that paint scheme I love so much, man. He's done a good job on that. Right now running in the 7th position in that BMW. One of those guys that just keeps plugging away. Looks like we had some trouble there as looks like Maniak might have come off track again. Benchikoff has got some bigger problems here. He's got Richie Tapple right there, I believe. Richie Tapple pulls off that pass, so a good pass there for Richie Tapple. We'll take a look at this again. Take a look at this pass here as Richie Tapple pulling off this pass, getting by Nikolai Benchikoff. Good clean racing right there between the BMW and the Corvette. So Richie Tapple now up to the 6th position. Take a look at Stephen Miller here. He's off the track. Stephen Miller here trying to get this car straightened back up. Not sure what happened to him. He's had a very eventful night. Stephen Miller here as... Oh, contact right there. Contact with... Watch this. We'll take a look. Oh, man, Stephen Miller in the wall. We'll take a look at Stephen Miller. Go back up here, the race leader, Roman Rabatsev. Nikolai Bezhikov running in P2. Dennis Vandeven running in P3. Dennis got some fans in here right now. Cliff Wellinga in here. Claudio Bardelli Jr. running in the 4th position. Now to BMW. In 5th is Georgi Aratunian. Richie Tapple has gotten that car back up to the 6th position. Oh, Georgie's sideways right here. Georgie is sideways. Doesn't hit anything, but he's gotten off track. Georgie spins this car and now is going to end up losing a position. Richie Tapple in the right place at the right time as Georgi Aratunian comes off track. Richie Tapple getting through in that Corvette. Take a look at Lucas Simpner here running in the 8th position. Bouncing back a little bit after having some trouble at the beginning of the race. Jump up here to 7th position is Sergei Butsev in the Mercedes. We do have some guys on pit lane. I think John Stanley's on pit lane. Take a look at our side-by-side here as John Stanley finishing up that pit stop in that Corvette. Now coming back out on track as we'll take a look at Sergei Butsev in the 7th position. That battle tightening up there between 7th and 8th. So Lucas Simpson not too far behind. So this battle heating up here. That Ferrari closing in on the Mercedes. Take a look at Dennis Lysenko here in the Ferrari running in the 12th position. He had some trouble at the beginning of the race. He's trying to bounce back, maybe get a top 10 out of this. Coming into that last right left-hander down the front stretch. Running in that Ferrari in the 12th position. David Moniker also having some issues earlier in the race. Now running in the 13th position. Still on the lead lap. That's good news for him. But nonetheless, having some challenges here. Going to have to do a little work to get back up there, maybe in the top 10. How about Lauren Sapworth here in the Ferrari running in the 14th position? Lauren, one of those guys, man, he just loves racing. Doesn't matter whether it's stock cars, whether it's GT3 cars, whatever the series is, he is in. Call him up, he said, I'll be there. He's one of those types of guys. See, he's ready for the party, man. Right now running in the 14th position. Georgi Aratunian here, a little patient. Looks like Richie Tapple's come off track here, so Georgi Aratunian making that pass. So Richie Tapple came off track here. We'll see what happened to him. Take a look and see what happened to Richie Tapple as he comes around the turn. Just a little bit too much speed. We've seen a lot of guys get off track right there, and Georgi Aratunian goes by. Georgie up to 5th position. Richie Tapple back to 6th. Roman Rabatsev has been flawless tonight. Running to get P1 and has an 18-second lead over P2. Nikolai Bezhikov. Dennis Vandeven in 3rd. About a second separate the two of those guys. Claudio Bardelli Jr. running in the 4th position. Georgie Artunian is 5th. Richie Tapple now is making a pit stop. Take a look at Ted Mosier here running in the 16th position in that Corvette. So not one of our, this is sort of out of his wheelhouse just a little bit, but he loves GT3 racing. Been a regular here in the season, so look at that side by side on board here with Richie Tapple as he's on pit lane taking some service. Long pit stops here in the GT3 series. Ted Mosier coming off track here. So again, we've seen a lot of guys coming off track in that area right there. And Ted Mosier misses that turn. So now Richie Tapple finishing up his pit stop. Ted Mosier back out on track, but he's got cars all around him right now. He's in a hornet's nest. So Richie Tapple coming back out on track. Our race leader here, Roman Rabatsev, is on pit lane. So P1 on pit lane. Nikolai Bezhikov is going to end up taking over the 1st position as Roman Rabatsev taking some service. So we're taking a look at that one car, that BMW, as now we have a new race leader, and that's Nikolai Bezhikov. Do get some points for leading the race here. So Bezhikov in the Audi. A lot of guys last season were really down on the Audi, and Bezhikov steps up and says, I'm going to switch over from a BMW to an Audi and just make a challenge of it. So he was going to challenge himself. 24 minutes left to go in this race, and right now panning out for him. He's in P1. Roman Rabatsev now coming back out on track. We've got a slew of pit stops happening. On board here with Nikolai Bezhikov. This guy is all business. We've got a bunch of guys on pit lane. Looks like Ed Palumbo, Alexander Meshkov, Georgie Artunian, Sergei Butsev on pit lane. Take a look at Stephen Miller here having a battle right now with the 84. Now that 84, Dennis Vandeven actually running in the 7th position. Stephen Miller following him. He is running in 18th right now. Sergei Butsev here coming back out on track after making his pit stop. In that Mercedes-AMG. Bezhikov, I believe, is on pit lane. We're going to take a look at Claudio Bardelli Jr. running in P2 as Nikolai Bezhikov comes down pit lane, giving up the race lead. So take a look at our side-by-side view here. Now we got Claudio Bardelli Jr. on pit lane. So Bezhikov and Bardelli Jr., and that's going to give the race lead to Lucas Simfner. Take a look at Nikolai Bezhikov. You got to wonder here, say how long this pit stop's going to take, as Bezhikov now coming back out on track here. That long slug down pit lane at speed, 50 miles an hour, and now he comes back out on track, and he's wanting to get those spots back. He's now back to the he's back to the third position. So now back on track here is Bezhikov after making pit stop. Running in P3, Lucas Simpner is the race leader. David Moniker, Will Dunbar, Claudio Bardelli Jr., Dennis Lasenko all on pit lane. P1 is Lucas Simpner. Roman Rabatsev is in second, about 10 seconds down, and Luca now rolling up on some lap traffic here. John Stanley giving him a lot of room. He tucks in as Luca getting by, and we got to take a look at Luca's car here. He's a hater. Luca's a little bit of a hater here, and you're going to see why when I show you. What is this? What's that right there? Go Straight TV? Ah, Luca. Luca. Gotta give him a shout out there. Nikolai Bezhikov here as he has made his pit stop in that 23 car, now in P3. How about Dennis Vanoven, man? Pretty quiet night for him so far, but he's got that car in the fourth position, the 84 car. So looking pretty solid here for him. Getting some chatters in the chat session. Thomas Goldwam in here. I know. Yeah, Thomas noticed that he has Radical on the rear wing of the Ferrari, so he ran the Radical last season, so I don't know. He's got a little different sense of humor, that's for certain. As Dennis Vanoven coming around that final turn here down the front stretch, across the start-finish line. Right now running about 32 seconds back to the race leader in fourth. Lawrence Stoppelworth shown in the fifth position. Good run here for Lawrence Stoppelworth, by the way, in that Ferrari. So good run for him, and now he's going to come down pit lane here. So looks like Lawrence Stoppelworth coming up to make a pit stop with 18 and a half minutes left to go. We'll take a look at Sergei Butsev. Right now, Sergei running in the 10th position. Good top 10 run for him here in this Mercedes. This is Lawrence Stoppelworth making that pit stop. Take a look at that side-by-side view as Lawrence Stoppelworth, that Ferrari, does his pit stop here. We're taking a look at Sergei Butsev. He's having a little battle there. Not for position. Oh, yeah, it is for position at Palumbo in that Ferrari, so good battle right there. That is for P9, and P8, and Butsev's going to pick up that spot now. Ed Palumbo back to P9 as we see Lawrence Stoppelworth finishing up his pit stop. Ed Palumbo taking a look at him in the Ferrari. He's not ready to give up that fight. So Ed, one of those guys, man, he really likes to race a lot of different things, and didn't race last season, decides to come out this season and to give it a shot, and he has got a top 10 run going here. into Ferrari, one of those stock car specialists. Back to the race lead is Roman Rabatsev as Luka Simpner comes down pit lane. So Luka's on pit lane in the Go Pit TV Ferrari. And again, we take a look here. Sorry about that hitch in there. Sometimes it has to load this stuff. As you see Lucas Simpner now, pretty quick pit stop there for him. And so now he's coming back out on track. Roman Rabatsev, the race leader, the BMW. He's been really the strongest car all night long, and he has, after pit stops have cycled around, looks like he's got about a 20-second lead over our second-place car, Nikolai Bezrikov. Dennis Vanavan in third. Lucas Simpner running in the fourth position. Richie Tapple, after an early incident, now has that car up to the fifth position. We'll take a look at him in the Corvette. Claudio Bardelli Jr. right there with him, as those guys have been pretty close to each other all night long here. And you see Claudio Bardelli Jr. in the BMW putting a little pressure here on Richie Tapple. Richie looking out of the front of his machine at Lucas Simpner in the Ferrari. So we've got P4, 5, and 6 pretty close here on the track. Don't forget about Georgi Aratunian here in the sixth car, running in the seventh position. I'm on board here with him. He's on the wrong side of the car. My God, what? I keep saying I would drive a Bentley. I would give a Bentley a shot, but man, this steering wheel on the right side of the car, I just can't get used to that. But Georgi Aratunian makes it work. Does a great job in that sixth car. Stephen Miller picking up a spot as Colin Madiak has come back down pit lane. So Madiak making his second pit stop. Stephen Miller now up to the 16th position. Ted Mosier back out on track after making pit stop here. So he is running in the 18th position. Two cars out of the race. Paul Brown, Artur Vieira out of the race. Ferrari and BMW. Biggest drag race here. A couple of Ferraris drag racing down the front stretch. Dennis Lisenko and Will Dunbar. Good battle there between the two of those guys. And it looks like Dennis Lisenko is going to pick up the 11th position. Will Dunbar down back to 12th. Thomas said it's actually on the right side of the car. It's actually on the wrong side of the car. It's on the wrong side of the car. It might be on the right side of the car, as in direction, but it is absolutely on the wrong side of the car. Needs to be on the other side, as Lisenko picking up that spot. Will Dunbar, some word that he might have come around here. Let's take a look and see what happened to Will Dunbar after Lisenko makes it around. Will Dunbar through this very fast section of the track. Coming around and flipping that around. He doesn't get into anything, but spins that car around. Now getting it straightened back up. So Will Dunbar in the 88 does not lose any positions. He's in P12. Look at this battle right here. Georgi Aratunian. Little contact right there. That Tell you what, that's getting a little crazy. As Colin Matiak's come off pit lane. Now Colin running in the Ferrari, having a battle with this 6 car. We'll see what happened here. So this guy's getting together. Watch this. This guy's right here getting together, and little contact right there. More contact. And there might even be some more fisticuffs here before it's over with, as it looks like the Ferrari trying to get through right there, and then more contact, beating and banging on each other. And I have a feeling that's not over here. Look at this. Claudio Bardelli Jr., Richie Tappo here getting after it. Bardelli Jr. here trying to get by. It looks like he does. So Claudio Bardelli Jr. picks up the 5th position. Richie Tappo back to 6th. We go back to our live feed watching this action, and I have a feeling that this is not over. Looking out of the back of Georgi Aratunian's car at Colin Matiak, who's actually running in the 17th position. Georgi running in 7th. So we're on board here with our 7th place car, Georgi Aratunian. Got 10 minutes left to go in this race, and it has been action-packed. Again, trying to get after it here as Matiak wanting to get around. Aratunian running in the 6th position. I'll tell you what, I think as a driver, I'm not sure that I would want to be too responsible for taking out the one of the front runners there.
Got it.
Right, take a look at Georgi Aratunian here. Running in P7. Roman Rabatsev is on his way to victory. I'll tell you, unless something happens, he's got a 24-second lead. He's rolling up on some lap traffic here, as he's wanting to get through this with no pain. A little bit of work in the wheel there for that BMW, but he makes that pass, so a lot of room for him, and that's just good racing sense right there. Let's take a look at David Moniker here running in the Mercedes-AMG. He is in the 14th position. Got a little trouble there earlier in the race. He's trying to bounce back, maybe get a top 10 out of this. He's got a little work to do. P2 is Nikolai Bezhrikov in the Audi. He is proving not only to himself but other drivers that, yes, you can get out here in this Audi and be competitive. These guys were sort of beaten up on the Audi last season, and you know that it was off pace. Certainly not as powerful as some of these other cars, but I tell you what, man, you get a guy with a lot of skill behind the wheel there, like Nikolai Bezhrikov, and you make it work. And Bezhrikov right now has that car in P2. Dennis Van de Ven running in the 3rd position in the Corvette. Good solid effort here for him, and good start to the season so far for Dennis Vandeven in the 84 car, running in P3. He's trying to maybe close in. He's got a lot of work to do, but trying to close in maybe and make a run at Bezrikov. He is running out of time here. Going to have probably a little help there as Bezrikov got a fair lead on P3. Simpner here, after early race trouble, has been able to get this car up to P4. So Lucas Simpner in the Ferrari, looking pretty solid. Givaldo Linares joining us here in the broadcast. Good to see Givaldo in here. Looks like these guys are still arguing over right side versus left side of the car. Claudio Bardelli Jr. in the BMW, running in P5 right now. This guy can flat out drive anything. I mean, he runs in stock cars with us, and he is very competitive in the stock cars too. So Claudio Bardelli Jr. really proving how talented of a driver he is, and a smart driver here. You know, I know he's a smart driver. I'll tell you how I know. Uh-oh. You see it? Did you see it? Oh, that's how I know how smart of a driver he is. He's got TurnLeftTV plastered all over that car. And he is now rolling up on Stephen Miller in the Ferrari. And makes that pass. So not for position, but able to get around the Ferrari of Stephen Miller. Stephen Miller running in the 16th spot in that Speed Details sponsored Ferrari. Just ahead of him is John Stanley in the Corvette, running in the 15th position. This is another one of those guys that just absolutely loves to drive, loves to race. One of our Canadian drivers. There's a lot of stock car racing and thought he'd get out here. I think he feels like, he doesn't have a lot of confidence in the GT3 series, but he's having a heck of a lot of fun, and hey, he's in 15th position right now. So a pretty smart effort here for him, and he's got a chance of maybe picking up a couple more spots here because we have some guys who have to make late race pit stops. David Moniker running in P14 in that Mercedes-AMG. Back here and take a look at Stephen Miller in the 17th position. Oh, that car's out of whack right there. A little bit of a spin, and does he keep it pointed in the right direction? Looks like he does. Well, he loops that car around here late in the race. Does not lose any positions, but definitely booger up those tires a little bit. Well, Roman Rabatsev is in control. Very solid effort for him. Aratunian and Tapple are pretty close together here, running in P6, P7. So we're taking a look at Georgi Aratunian as the time winding down here, and he's looking ahead at that Corvette of Richie Tapple, trying to pick up maybe P6 here. And I think Tapple might have gotten around him a little bit earlier. And Aratunian now in the 7th position, because I think he was in 6th before. Richie Tapple probably made that pass on him and got around, so now maybe hoping to extend that lead. So it's about a second or so between the two of those guys, 1.1 seconds or so. Take a look at this battle here between the two of those. About a second and a half. Looks like Richie Tapple is starting to walk away there just a little bit from the Bentley of Georgi Aratunian with a couple minutes left to go. A little Corvette versus Bentley action. Will Dunbar coming back out on track after making a late race pit stop. Said he had a vibration and had to come down pit lane. That Salesforce sponsored Ferrari. Now back out running in the 14th position. I feel like he feels like he's not real happy with his crew right now. He just does not feel like there's something that's broken on that car, and it just doesn't feel right to him. So he had to come back down pit lane, take some service here, and a late race pit stop for him. Alexander Meshkov and Dennis Lasenko here battling for position. Meshkov's had a pretty quiet race here. Lasenko trying to pick up a spot, pick up the 10th position as Meshkov now falls back to the 11th spot with about a minute left to go. Back up here with our race leader, and that is Roman Rabatsev. And how many views can we have here in a car? As Roman Rabatsev on his way to victory. As we don't have any clue what we're doing right now with this. We're just trying to get a screenshot of that car before he gets off track. That's all we're trying to do. Oh! See, that's a rookie move right there on my part. That is an absolute rookie move. Absolute rookie move right there. Rabatsev. This is why people don't hire me to do broadcasts anymore. So I tell you what, man, it looks like Roman Rabatsev is going to take this victory here as this BMW he has been solid all night long. Oh, we got a car out of fuel here, it looks like. Looks like Ed Palumbo might be out of fuel. Ed Palumbo there, DOA in that Ferrari. He is out of fuel, and that is a huge, huge deal for him. So final turn for Roman Rabatsev. And he is going to come away with the victory here at Spa. What a great race for him. Roman Rabatsev. So Roman Rabatsev gets the win. Nikolai Bezhikov comes in second in the Audi. How about that? Putting that Audi in P2. Dennis Vandeven in the Corvette. Trying to muscle his way through to a P3 finish in that 84 car coming around the final two turns here. So I got Dennis Vandeven going to finish in third. Luca Simpner trying to come away with a P4 finish. Looks like Luca's going to get fourth. Look at this. Claudio Bardelli Jr. going to end up finishing in the fifth position. Georgi Aratunian had made that pass on Richie Tapple and got that spot back. We'll take a look here. This is that pass as those guys got together right there. That's what happened. Oh my heavens. Those guys got together there, and Tapple may have been a little bit more hurt than Aratunian out of that. And Aratunian is going to end up getting that spot, but those guys got together. My heavens, man, did you see that? We'll take a look here. These guys lay on each other right there. Tapple's off track. Georgi Aratunian swings out wide, and those guys get together. And Aratunian looked like he got the worst end of the deal there. Oh, my heavens. Will Dunbar going to come by and get a 16th place finish. So Roman Rabatsev gets the race win. Congratulations to him. We'll that was an interesting finish to that race, that is for sure. So Roman Rabatsev gets that big race win, and again, congratulations to him. We'll see if we can't get maybe get an interview with him. We'll see. Some of these guys, they feel like they can't do interviews because they don't have I don't speak their language, and unfortunately. So we'll see if we can't maybe get him up in the booth with us. So Roman Rabatsev getting the win. Take a look at the final standings here before we do that final deal. Roman Rabatsev gets the win there. Nikolai Bezhikov finishes in the second position. Dennis Van de Ven finishes in third. Lucas Simpner finishes in the fourth position. In fifth, Claudio Bardelli Jr. Good run in that BMW. Georgi Aratunian finishes in sixth. Richie Tapple hangs on for the seventh place finish. Sergei Butsev finishes in eighth. Denis Lysenko finishes in the ninth position. Alexander Meshkov is 10th. In the 11th position is Lawrence Stopperworth. David Moniker finishes in 12th. John Stanley finishes in the 13th position. Colin Matiak 14th. Stephen Miller finishes in the 15th position. Will Dunbar 16th. Ed Palumbo finishes in the 17th position. We've got a whole string of Ferraris there. Ted Mosier finishes in the 18th position. Paul Brown 19th. Arthur Vieira finishes in the 20th position. So it looks like Roman Rabatsev has gone to the bar to have a few beverages and celebrate his race victory. So congratulations to Roman Rabatsev getting that race win. We'll take a look at the schedule here. Next week we have Portland International. That's going to be a great race. I think the track is really not that technical, and it's going to be a good one for the guys that like to do these crossovers from, say, stock cars into GT3 Series racing. So that's going to be a good one. Canadian Tire Motorsports Park may be a night race. I got to do a little testing on that. Coming up on February the 27th. March the 6th will be Curitiba in a little Brazilian track there on March the 6th. Will be a great one. Dubai, Donington Park, Red Bull Ring, and Laguna Seca on the back half of that season. Coming up on Friday, February the 19th, we'll be back in action with the High Octane Racing League Bushwhacker Series. That's right, Chicagoland Speedway, 98 laps in that second season of, it's a 2020-2021 winter season. We started that actually at the tail end of 2020. So race number 5, and this should be a great one. 98 laps from a great track. That's Chicagoland in the Xfinity Series, that High Octane Racing League Bushwhacker Series. It'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Friday, February the 19th. Tonight's race has been brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. You want a server for rFactor 2? We got 3 packages for you to choose from. Great service, great servers, and self-managed. You can set up your rFactor 2 any way you want it. So EliteHostingUSA.com. And don't forget about ZiaComics.com, your nerd headquarters. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. Anything comic related, these guys have it. ZiaComics.com. Don't forget to join me over here at HighOctaneRacing.net. Check in on all the action coming up. I want to say thank you so much for coming in and joining me here on the YouTube channel. I have some of my buddies in here. Thomas, Paul, Richard was in here, talking some smack as well. Claudio Bardelli Jr. comes in here. Givaldo Linares. Man, I got some royalty showing up in here. That's crazy. Again, thanks so much for supporting Turn Left TV and supporting me. And I really appreciate all my friends coming out and watching these races. Sure was a blast bringing it to you. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so. Please hit the thumbs up button. Let me know you were here, and you can share my videos with all your friends on any social media platform. Anywhere you can share YouTube videos, you're more than welcome to share my videos here from Turn Left TV. I always have a great time broadcasting races, and really I am honored that anybody would come in and watch these races. I really am, and I have cherish all the friends I have, really, that I've met through broadcasting and sim racing. Just amazing. And I really am, I never take that for granted, to be honest with you. Really don't. It's one of my most cherished things that I have to take with me from sim racing and doing these broadcasts. I'll tell you what, man, Roman Rabatsev was the guy to beat here tonight. He had a very solid car in the BMW, and that really speaks to how strong these BMWs are. So be on the lookout for a lot of strength out of that BMW crew. Not only the Ferrari's pretty strong, but I tell you, I think the Ferrari's had some issues here tonight. Those drivers seem to have a little problem with that setup and the way this Ferrari handled. So, a lot of guys coming in really thought this was just going to be, one or two other makes, other cars here, and the rest of them will be Ferraris, but that's not what we've seen. So we've got a good mix here. We've got some Corvettes, some Audis, BMWs. We've got also a Bentley as well. And then don't forget about the... we didn't have any Aston Martins, did we? Oh, no. Don't forget about the Mercedes, too. We had a couple Mercedes drivers out here tonight as well. So some guys switching over manufacturers, and it seems to be working well so far for most of them. And I'm excited there. It adds a little parity to this GT3 racing, and this is really one of the reasons I like it so much, because you have so much difference in the cars, and some cars might be strong at one track and weak at another. So we'll have to see what the season holds as we head to Portland next week. So stay tuned for that. Well, I want to say thank you so much for coming out to Turn Left TV. This has been a blast. And thanks to my buddies for coming in and joining me here on Turn Left TV on the chat session. And I think I'm going to do a little racing here in a little while. So you guys take it easy. We'll see you next time. And you know what this means? That means I am out of here.